Welcome to Enchanted Babes, the show with D&D under the sea. I am NerdKicks, your DM, and I'm joined as always by my players, Ashta, Alex, and Sun. How are we doing this week?
I made some very good pumpkin orange bars with my wife this afternoon.
Oh,
the
fancy.
brown butter frosting was so nice.
Oh. Brown butter frosting?
Mm-hmm.
I've had
That
brown
sounds
butter
really good.
popcorn, but never brown butter frosting.
Yeah, it was actually a very simple recipe. I found it on Betty Crocker's website.
Oh, nice. That sounds awesome. I got new dice, even though I told myself not to buy more dice. So. Whoops. Anyway, anything else?
I've had a week.
Yeah, you have had a week. How are you doing?
I'm alive.
That's my favorite.
Excellent.
Yeah, and not in excruciating pain anymore. So, hey, it's on an upswing.
Yeah.
And then, all right, Ashta, how are you doing?
I'm going well. I've had a really busy couple of weeks, but I think it's not going to get less busy because we're going into the Christmas break, which means I have to batch a whole bunch of work before then. But otherwise, I'm feeling okay.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Because yes, we're heading into our summer holidays here, so we get like.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. We were just talking about that too, and I didn't register that, even though that's what we talked about like 5 minutes ago. Anyway, that's wonderful. I'm glad everyone is alive. Let's go ahead and talk about what happened last time, which was 2 weeks ago.
We're fighting some wormies underground.
We were in a very aesthetically pleasing purple mushroom or jellyfish area.
Yeah, which just reminds me of like the what is it, like the Underdarky environments in Skyrim with all of like the jellyfish and stuff. That's what it reminds me of.
Nice.
We also made a plan? No, not a plan. We organized with the deacon that we would find out where these tunnels go and clear out any spoopies.
You also had... Wasn't last time the time you had misadventures in town? Or at least one of you did? Or was it the time before that?
Did Elomi try to go to town?
Yep, that was me.
Yes, Elomi went to get
I went to go
Gideon.
pick up Gideon.
Right. You went to pick up
Ended up having a 1-day show.
Yeah, where you were spotted by a guard and dove into a clothing shop where you convinced a very valley girl shop girl that you needed help escaping an potentially abusive relationship, and you rolled very high on persuasion.
Look, she is my new favorite NPC. She is my new favorite NPC. I will die for her.
Same.
Well, move over, Winifred. Random nameless shop girl has taken your place. And managed to... That was close. I really honestly thought you were going to get arrested. Like, I was like, well... But you managed to weasel your way out of that and snuck out the back, where you rejoined your companions, and then I think you went... Did you rest and then go immediately into the caves?
Yeah, we had a rest.
We took a long rest.
I went out to get Gideon while Leo was being patched up and taking a short rest. And then Leo slept with Gideon in the stable for the rest of the time. And then we had a very nice continental shelf brunchin'. And then we went underground to fight the tiny worm. Well, I say fight. We pulped them.
And Thauma had gone to Hydras's room at night to find out what happened to the rest of the money.
Right.
They did not give her enough.
Right.
Lead on that.
Yeah. And then there were worms that seemed to be like dropping out of nowhere and attacking, and you destroyed one. I don't remember if you destroyed the other one.
Looks like there's still one on the map.
That one says it is dead.
Okay.
Squish.
You're not sure if you destroyed the other one. All right, let me get to Owlbear. Perfect. So, and then right at the end, you heard a sound. Really intense.
Yep, like an animal shriek.
Yep.
I executed beautifully, and there's definitely not video footage to prove otherwise.
Encore.
I was trying to go for like a, and it kind of came out like.
Just like a curious cat poking around the kitchen, seeing what you're cooking.
No, it was more like when you step on the cat.
They're rare.
Yeah. So, and that brings us to where we are. What would you like to do?
Are we still in a niche, or are we out of a niche?
I would say you are currently out of initiative.
Okay. Leo's gonna go, what was that? We should go check it out. Might be someone in trouble. And then he's going to dash forward.
Or it could just be more of these things calling for backup.
Right.
Leo's gonna stop and be like, good point. I didn't think of that.
How's your health, by the way? Do you need to be topped up?
I'm feeling okay. They say with big worm bite marks.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah. Let's see. What is it called again? And it's on page 230. One would think I'd have this memorized by now.
We got to get you some spell cards.
Yeah, I think that my sibling actually just got some bard spell cards, but they're probably not unwrapped yet. 1d8 plus spellcasting modifier. Okay.
What are you casting?
Cure wounds. So Elomi's gonna go up to Leo and just sort of give them that long-suffering look and just lay hands on their arm. And I need a 1d8. It's a good thing I'm so flexible. Okay. That'd be a 4 plus... 4 plus 3, so 7.
7. Yay. Not at full, but looking a lot healthier. You watch as like some of the wounds close and they seem to just be a little bit more energized.
Yeah, I prefer you in one piece, Leo. And they give a very gentle pat on the shoulder because the wounds have just closed.
Yeah, one piece is good. So what do we want to do? Have we heard anything else from up ahead, or was it just the one scream?
Make a perception check.
That's 14.
You hear some movement coming, like it sounds kind of far off in the distance.
I hear some movement. Could be more of those creatures. Could be something else. Should we try and like, I don't know, do what Thauma does and be like really quiet and see if we can get in the shadows?
That seems like a good idea. I'm thinking of doing a dancing lights in the shape of a mer person, just so that we can sort of bait them out to see if they're going to be very anxious to attack.
Okay.
I like that plan.
What's the radius? We totally looked this up last week.
If it's in the shape of one...
I just mean the distance it can be from you.
Oh, I think it's 20 feet. Unless...
120 feet.
120 feet? Oh, excellent.
Even better.
So where are you casting it?
I can't hit my mouse right now, but just on the other side of that big double-ringed purple mushroom on the map.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay, great. See if there's a good token. Oops, come on. We'll just use this token. And then we're gonna struggle with mouse buttons for a second. Dim light in a 10-foot radius. Okay, so I mean, it doesn't light up much more. It does kind of expand very slightly. Okay.
To aid with that, if we're trying to draw whatever's there, I'm gonna move up to where Leo is, because I have to get within 30 feet of where the lights are. And cast Minor Illusion.
Okay.
In that same area, but with a sound, just asking hello.
Ooh. Stacking.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. You notice the sound of movement that you had heard before suddenly gets much, much quieter. But you still hear movement. And it does appear to be coming closer.
What do we do? Do we hide?
Yes!
Hiding sounds good right now. Hiding sounds great.
Okay, I'm gonna try and hide under a jellyfish.
All right. As you go under a jellyfish, you brush up against it and you take 4 damage.
Ow, ow, ow. Not under the jellyfish. Not under the jellyfish.
Okay, so they're alive? Alright, so I got an 18 to hide.
To hide? Where are you hiding?
Yeah. Oh. Is the area that I'm at like a little ridge?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go down to the bottom of the ridge and just like tuck into a shadow.
Great.
I'm gonna try and do similar to what Thauma did. Just sort of like put my back up against the ridge and try and make myself as flat as possible.
Okay.
And my token's good as is. I'll be next to Leo doing the same thing.
Oh, that is
Okay.
an unnatural 20 for Leo. 17.
Very nice.
Oh, do I need to roll something to...
Yeah, you'll need to roll stealth to hide.
Roll stealth. Got it. That's great. That would be a 9.
Okay. And
figures.
then Cass is trying to sort of wiggle up next to you guys and ends up bumping into some of the remains of the small worm that you had destroyed, and kind of makes like a yelp almost kind of sound.
I would too.
And at that point, sorry, I'm trying to manage too many things. And are you just kind of holding to see what happens?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Which one of you got the natural 20 on stealth?
No one. I got an unnatural 20.
Unnatural. And Thauma, what was yours?
18.
18. Okay. Suddenly, so Elomi, you're all kind of like just sort of hiding up against the rock, and Elomi, you feel pain. You feel pain.
I feel pain.
You feel pain.
Existential or physical?
Physical, as one of the worms appears and takes a big attack at you with its tentacles.
No, don't do that.
For 12 damage.
Oh no.
Ooh,
I'm down at 3 health, y'all.
Roll initiative.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, ma'am. All right.
22.
Okay. So 22 for Thauma. Leo got 13. Oops. Elomi?
Yes, sorry.
Okay.
I can't believe I'm at 3 HP.
Heal yourself.
Yeah. It's on my list.
Kaz also got 17. Whoops.
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20.
Yeah.
Cool beans.
All right. Just gonna move that over here so it's easier to roll.
All right, so that means that Thauma is going to be up first. Oh, and also, Elomi needs to roll a concentration check on dancing lights. So it's a Constitution check.
Constitution is a 0.
You say 6?
6, yeah.
All right, dancing lights is gone, so your little light buddy is gone.
Not the most of my concerns right now. I'll admit it.
I didn't think so. Thauma, you are up.
When the wormy lands hits Elomi, Tama's gonna jump a little, but shoot at it.
Okay.
With their crossbow. And it
You
misses.
are within 5 feet of it, so it would have been disadvantage also.
Okay, well, with disadvantage, it was a 9, so it did not hit.
All right. Elomi.
And then bonus action hide again.
Okay.
For 28.
Now, I could be wrong, but I do have the ability to disengage from a fight.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
As an
You
action,
have the bonus action disengage. No, so Lomi has a bonus action
okay.
disengage, which is it's a racial feature.
Sweet.
Excuse me. Yeah.
So Elomi's going to disengage. And
Bardic Inspiration lasts 10 minutes, right?
Yep. So I
Okay,
think I've
then
still
you
got
may
it.
so
Yep, you're still inspired.
Elomi's gonna back up there and try to heal themselves. Goodness. That's a 1d8.
Are you using Cure Wounds again?
Yeah. Just burning through those slots today. That'd be 5. Well, I'm at 10. Well, no. 8 health. I can count.
All right. And is that your turn?
I believe so. I don't. Yeah, I can't attack right now.
Okay. Kaz is going to dart up to it. Whoop. Hello. Kaz is also going to struggle with mouse button and swing at it with a short sword
Go, Cass.
and miss.
Boo.
So she kind of like swings at it and is just kind of, there's just too much going on and it's too dark. And is going to go ahead and miss. And then I think she can take an unarmed strike as well. And also miss.
Oh
So,
boy.
great start. And that'll take us to Leo.
Seeing Elomi back away, seeing both Thauma and Kaz miss, Leo is going to twirl around the staff of striking and then try and hit this creature.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my Bardic Inspiration on that
Okay.
for a total
Alright.
of 21 to hit.
That is going to hit.
And then I want to expend 3 charges. For each charge, target takes an extra 1d6 force damage. So I'm using 2 hands, so the first attack is going to be 11 points of damage. And then I
Okay.
get to roll an additional 3d6 because I'm burning through 3 charges.
Beautiful.
For an additional 7 points of damage. They were garbage rolls.
Aw.
So that's my main action. And
So
then
long as you heard it more than it hurt Elomi.
as my bonus action, I'm going to do an unarmed strike for a 20.
What kind of damage was that?
The
For
the first attack was bludgeoning, and the rest were force damage.
But it was magical, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, cool. And then the unarmed strike.
Was an
was it?
unnatural 20 to hit.
Okay, that's gonna hit.
And
And that's bludgeoning, correct?
yep, 7 points of bludgeoning damage. And my fists are not
Okay.
magical yet, but they will be.
All right. It hurts your fist a little bit. It's got a really thick hide on it. But it's definitely that hurt. And you hear that like again as it's just like it took a lot of hits very quickly. At which point you are no longer inspired and it is going to lash out at Leo.
Yep.
So it's going to kind of like whip at you with its tentacle tail. That's a natural 20.
Oh no.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
I only have so many charges.
I have a little bit of healing, but it's just not great, is all. It's like
18
1d4.
damage.
I had 19 hit points, so I'm still up. Just.
Oh no.
Oof. And then that's gonna be its turn. And then that's gonna take us to Thauma. Also, Thauma, you're not in a square. Can you pick a square?
Yeah. Yes. I'm going to back up. I was actually going to move back a little bit here anyway during my turn. And I'm going to try shooting at it again.
Okay.
17.
That'll hit.
Do I get sneak attack?
Yeah, definitely.
8 damage.
8 damage.
And as I'm backing up, I'm just gonna be like, I think we need backup.
You are backing up.
Help! Help! I think we need help. And I'm just gonna move back just a little bit more and bonus action hide.
Okay.
I think I'm in a square. Am I in a square?
Yeah, you're in a square. Are you above the jellyfish or below?
I am above the jellyfish.
Okay, so how are you hiding?
Can I use my default magic one and just like blend in with the colors of the jellyfish rather than using
It's a 13, right?
Yep.
And it's concentration.
Is it?
I believe. I can look it up, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Great. So you are sort of above some jellyfish, and your skin kind of shifts colors slightly to kind of match the purple
make myself
and gray
look like one of them.
of the kind of ground there. And that's going to take us to Elomi. All right. Totally had it open earlier.
Sorry, I'm trying to write this as it happens. It's very hard.
I'm looking up if it's concentration. Illusion stealth. Yep, it's concentration.
Okay.
Creatures with ability to see through illusions will still see you, and effects that sense magic will sense the presence of illusion magic.
I'm banking on these things not being super smart and being able to see through illusions. That's...
Oh, what distance do I need to be to not be at disadvantage with the crossbow?
10. So you just would need to back up. Well, no, you're good actually where you are.
Oh yeah, because that's Kaz's token, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Elomi's going to try to shoot a crossbow bolt at it. Or 16
to hit.
Awesome. Is that a D8?
Yes.
Yes. D8 plus 2. That is I can't read this fucking thing. 5 points of piercing damage.
Okay. You notice it doesn't seem to do quite as much damage as you want it to.
Yeah. I do what I can. And then Elomi's going to swim up to...
Don't worry about me, I have a plan.
Oh, you have a plan?
Yeah.
Alright, Elomi is not going to swim over to Leo because Leo has that strange look in their eyes that says they're going to do something possibly dangerous.
Is your plan to run away?
Alright, right, and then Elomi's just going to back up a little bit.
Okay. That's going to take us to Kaz, who's going to try again to hit this fucking thing.
Good, Kaz.
All right.
You got this.
Gonna miss. God. She got a 2 and a 3. So, it's dark. She can't see, and she's whatever. She's just very flustered and just missing, and the thing seems to be kind of like dodging out of the way. She actually does connect with her fist, but then it just bounces off. And she's and then it's gonna be Leo.
Okay. Leo is going to spend 1 key point to take the Step of the Wind, so I can disengage as a bonus action.
Okay.
And I'm going to step back. I'm going to swim back, and then I'm going to spend another key point for my main action to do Hand of Healing on myself.
Okay.
Which is, I believe, just a D4 worth of healing. Hang on. Where did it go? 1d4 plus 4. So not a lot, but better than nothing. Let's see. Okay, not bad. So 3 plus 4, so 7 points of healing. As you see, Leo just sort of like put a hand on their chest, and like this warm yellow energy seems to go throughout their body and heal a little bit of their biggest wounds, but not a lot.
Wonderful.
And that is my full turn.
All right. So as the worm rears back, Thauma, you suddenly feel an impact on your head.
Oh no. Oh no.
Sorry. Yes. And you take 6 damage as the worm reappears, has fallen from above again.
Oh, so it's the same one?
It looks like it. It's pretty injured, but it's it kind of falls on you, and its little like pincher things hit you on the way down. So you take 6 damage.
Gross.
And then at that point, my zoom button is working, I swear.
Thank you.
At that point, the worm rears back to attack Kaz. Whoops. I hit the die. 9 plus. The first attack misses, so then it's going to try to take a bite. And at that point, it is going to connect and take like a big, nice like gash across Kaz's front. Okay, it's a nice small gash because it's only 3 damage. And then it's going to be Thauma's turn. It is going to move, actually. It's going to move over this way, just 5 feet. Then it's Thauma's turn.
Okay. Okay. Thauma is gonna say, "Ow, what the fuck?" and back up 20 feet. This time they are down closer to the ground, but avoiding the jellyfish.
Make a dexterity check to avoid the tentacles. It's not a very high DC. 13? Okay, that's still enough.
Okay. And I'm gonna take a shot at the one that hit me.
The worm? The small worm?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that separate than what is here? They're 2 separate ones?
Sorry, what? There's the small worm, the one that landed on you, and then there's the big worm that's currently engaged with Cass.
Oh, okay, big worm. Okay.
Yeah.
I was wrong about sizing.
Big worm.
Okay.
I mean, it's still pretty big. The small worm is just smaller than the other one.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot at the small worm.
Okay.
That is a natural 20.
That's gonna hit.
I assume I don't get sneak damage because it knew where I was.
Correct.
That's 10.
10 damage?
Yep.
Interesting point. Even as you're moving, you feel like it shouldn't be able to know where you are because you're concentrating on your stealth. But it seems like it's still aware. You try to do extra damage, with your sneak attack, and it still seems to be kind of aware of where you are. And you did 10 damage to it. All right, so it's kind of like just twitching there, but it's not quite dead.
I'm gonna bonus action regular hide now. So like drop the illusion. I don't know if that's a free action or
dropping it for sure, yeah.
Okay. And that's an 18 plus 9 to hide against 27.
Okay.
Holy shit! All right.
I have a plus 9 to stuff.
That expertise, yo.
Heck yeah.
Elomi, you are up.
All right. I don't want to be meta about this. Absolutely not.
Meta how?
By what you were asking me about earlier, because I assume that there's a reason why you were asking.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that would make so much noise, though. I don't...
What you want to do?
Considering everything that I can do, I just have to go with the crossbolt again. There's no way I can do Thunder Wave, and I think that's the only other damage type spell I have.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh, 7 plus 4 is 11.
To hit?
Yeah.
That's not going to hit. Wait, what were you attacking? Were you attacking the big worm or the small worm?
The small worm, because it seemed like it was almost dead anyway.
Cool, it's still not going to
hit. Thank you for asking first.
No problem. Are you going to do anything else?
Yeah, Lomi's going to, reach into their bag just to see if there's something in there that can help.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the necklace is going to fall out of the pocket because they're just looking and throwing everything aside in a hurry.
All right, so you're tossing things out. You're sort of pulling through your bag, and you hear kind of a gentle clink clink as something has fallen out of your bag. Anything else before your turn's over?
I don't suppose that there's anything in my bag that I'm not already aware of, or that could provide any sort of offensive help in this situation.
I don't know what's in your bag, but also digging through the bag probably took up a significant amount of time anyway.
Yeah. No, I'm looking through the stuff in my bag. It's all just...
All right, so that is going to bring us to Kaz, who is getting very frustrated right now, because she just keeps missing and missing and missing, and so she's going to sort of center herself for just a second and then try again. Come on, dice. She's not doing anything mechanically. She's just taking a breath. And that's finally going to connect.
Oh.
So she's gonna swing with her short sword, and do a couple of damage, and then bop it right in the beak for a total of 4 damage. So she doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but it makes a really satisfying sound as she connects with it twice, and she's like, "Yeah!" And then
I'm glad that she's having fun.
That's gonna be her turn. No, actually, at that point, she's feeling so fired up that she's gonna do exactly what Leo just did, and even kind of like imitate the way that Leo did it, and disengage with Step of the Wind and kind of pop back here.
Is it still Step of the Wind underwater? Is it like Step of the Current?
It's a good question.
Step of the Wave.
Step of the Wave. It's Step of the Wave. Officially Step of the Wave. And as she's like doing this and kind of imitating Leo, she kind of like gives a wink to Leo as she goes past.
That's really cute.
And then it's gonna be Leo's turn.
All right. Seeing what Kaz just did, Leo's actually going to reach into their bag and pull out a little amulet and put it on. Don't need to attune, it's not attunement. But the amulet looks like it's got like all these tiny interlocking gears, and it's sort of like, you can hear like this faint click, click, click sound. And then Leo's going to rush up to the big worm and use the clockwork amulet to automatically get a 10 on the roll. I can only do that once per day. So that will bring it to a total of 18 to hit.
Beautiful. I forgot about that item because you've never used it.
That is true. I was like, oh,
an 18 is gonna hit.
Hey, and I'm doing it two-handed, so that is... Oops, wrong thing. Not bad. 13 points of bludgeoning damage. That's magical. And then I'm also going to expend...
Oh, because you hit with the staff?
Yep. I hit with the
Perfect.
staff. And then I'm also going to expend another 3 charges.
Actually, as you hit it... Or hold on. When do you have to declare if you're using charges? Is it after hitting?
Just when you hit, you can expend up to 3 of its charges.
Yeah. So you hit it and you're about to expend the charges, but it looks like with that initial damage of hitting it, it kind of goes still. I just don't want you to waste the charges because it's dead.
In that case, I'm going to move over to the... Actually, do I want to do that? No, I'm just going to stay put. I'm going to stay put.
Okay. Great. The worm is going to move 5 feet this way. And that's its turn. Thauma.
I'm realizing that like the bolts aren't landing properly, right? Like they're hitting, but they're not. It's the piercing damage isn't doing
Correct.
as much. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to make sure I am within range first. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely within 60. And I hit it with Mind Sliver.
Does it have to have a certain intelligence level for Mind Sliver?
If it's able to be charmed, I guess it could have psychological spells used on it.
It does not say that it has to have a certain...
Must succeed on an intelligence saving throw. Okay, yeah, intelligence saving throw.
Yep, which is 10 plus my intelligence, right? My intelligence modifier.
It has a -5 to intelligence, so let's see how that works.
So it's got to hit a 13.
It should
It'll just be whatever your spell save DC.
Yeah, your spell save DC.
So it'll be 8 plus your proficiency.
Okay,
plus
yep,
your
13.
spellcasting modifier.
Okay. It got an 8, so a total of 3.
Woohoo! So it's a whopping 5 mind damage.
Yeah, you see as Thauma, like, how do you describe what your spell looks like.
Thelma's still just like hiding down like in like rocks and whatever's down at the bottom, and is just doing like fire starter guy. Or maybe like this. Like pressing their brain the sides of their head, and just like it looks at the thingy, just trying to do it with pain.
All right, and then it kind of just like squirms. You said it was 5 damage.
Yep.
It like squirms and kind of makes this weird like squealing sound, and then it is still dead. It has 2 D's in it. There we go. And it is still.
Buggers.
Are we out of initiative?
As you wait a minute, you don't see or hear any movement at the moment.
Okay. I'm going to use another one of the kelp bulbs that I have.
Great.
For 1d4 healing. Just gonna pop it in my mouth. Wow, it was a 1.
Oh, good. It's very tasty.
Some of it trickles out the side of my mouth and I miss it.
Yeah. Cass comes up and says, Leo, are you doing okay?
I've been better, but I can patch some of this myself, and I'm gonna spend another key point to do Hand of Healing on myself, which should be better than the kelp bulb. So it's 1d4 plus 4. So 3 plus 4, so I'm another 7.
What are you at now?
I am now at 16. I'm now at half health.
Great. What are you guys doing?
Elomi's going to just sort of sink to the ground and in relief, and also start picking up their things while they're down there. But they're like their tail needs a break.
Okay.
Do we still hear the loud noises?
Make a perception check.
That is a 21.
Oh.
No, you don't hear anything coming out of the tunnel at the moment.
Are there any more worms like up near the ceiling?
Make a perception check.
From what I can see. I'm not going close to the ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only a 10.
You just see stalagmites.
Damn it.
I don't think it's very safe to keep going forward. I don't know if they're living down here.
How long did it take us to get to this part of the tunnel?
That's a great question.
It was a 45-minute stretch of darkness.
Feels like we've kind of pace. Come too far to go back. We can try and rest here for maybe an hour, see how we feel. Hopefully we don't get attacked in that time.
I would love to not get attacked again, Leo. That sounds great.
Okay. Do you want to take a short rest?
I think we're going to try and take a short rest.
Okay.
Whilst keeping a lookout for things as well. But yeah, I'm going to try and use some hit dice to heal up.
Everybody make a perception check to kind of keep watch during this short rest.
Oof.
14.
Leo's only an 8. But their passive is 14.
What's the stat that you had for perception?
Wisdom.
It's wisdom.
Wisdom. 8.
2 8s and 2 14s.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I don't think that it does, but let's check.
While you're taking this rest, Kaz is gonna come up to Leo and say, "How did you do that healing thing? Can you show that to me?"
I mean, I can try. It's kind of just something that I got really good at doing. But yeah, it's sort of like about focusing your inner self, and then like manipulating the body to like heal its wounds. It's kind of cool, but yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. And you see them, sure, like for the rest of the short rest, like trying to like focus on it, and nothing happens, but she's really trying.
I used 2 of my hit dice, and I'm now back at max.
Wonderful.
Same. Second hit dice would have been sufficient, but it was the second one I rolled.
That sometimes happens that way.
So you can use hit dice to heal during a short rest?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So you should have 4 hit dice, and I think for bards it's 1d8.
8.
Yeah.
8.
Plus your constitution modifier on each of the die.
Yeah.
And then you regain half of them after a long rest.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct? Yeah.
Half of the spent ones on a long rest.
Yeah.
I think this is the first time I have ever used hit dice in like 3 years of playing D&D. We just usually don't do short rests.
Yeah.
Yeah. I rolled a 1.
Plus your constitution.
Plus 0.
You earn 1 hit. You heal 1 hit point.
Yeah.
You can roll up to 4, and you can like roll 1 and be like, okay, I'm gonna roll another one, right? You don't have to decide all at once. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll roll 1 more.
Okay. What are you at right now?
Now 9.
Okay. Cool. Yep. Good.
Yeah.
Great.
Plus 7 would be 16. Now I'm at 16, which is 7 less than my full.
All right.
In the middle of your short rest, you guys are just kind of like sitting around. You suddenly, from above, one of the small worms lands on the ground next to you. It seems to have missed.
I am gonna move myself to where everyone else is. Thauma would not have stayed all by themselves through it for an hour.
So yeah, one of the small worms lands and appears next to you, and then it's gonna immediately start crawling back towards the wall.
How about we just continue through this tunnel to see if there's a quick way out?
Yeah, I think we've kind of come too far to go back now.
And I feel like these guys are just going to keep dropping.
Yeah.
Thauma just watches it inch away.
Just so gross.
It moves very slowly. You attack it at all?
No, just it didn't come for me.
It's gonna a couple minutes later. It's gonna land next to you again. It's still missed.
Yeah, we're moving out.
Okay. You might want to get some glasses, buddy. Let's keep going.
Girl.
Didea, bless this poor creature who cannot even hit us.
Alright, we're gonna keep moving up in the tunnel. And Leo would like to move stealthily.
Alright, go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Oof, that is a total of 9.
16.
1 second. My stealth is +4. 10. Could have been worse.
All right. As you move through the tunnel, it's dark. Also, there should have been a lot more like rolling at disadvantage, because I think last time I said it was too dark to see, but whatever. But you make your way through the tunnel. You see more of the jellyfish things. They seem to be like getting bigger as you go through this tunnel.
Okay. I'll let y'all move my token. It'd be too much for me to get it right now.
Okay.
Put Elomi in the middle. I don't know where Kaz would go.
Kaz would probably stick pretty close to Leo. Oh, I forgot to roll stuff for Kaz. Okay. So as you keep going further,
Elomi's gonna dancing lights just to set up the chains just a little bit ahead of Leo.
Okay.
I don't know how far forward I can stretch it if it's like 4 little pips.
It's 120 feet away from you, but they have to stay within 20 feet of each other, is what we determined.
Mm.
Okay.
So you're pretty fine.
Yeah.
So the cave sort of hooks to the left there, and starts to get narrower, and the jellyfish start to get smaller again. It seems like this area had the biggest jellyfish in it. And as you continue on, sorry, I keep clicking the wrong things. Then I'm just gonna toggle all the fog. No, erase the fog. Sorry. There we go.
Nice.
Ooh. There is a room up ahead. It's really dark though. You can't really see. You see some large something.
Huh.
Does anyone else have dark vision?
I think just you. Oh, Kaz does.
Leo's gonna be squinting and is gonna whisper, but not very subtly, "There's something big up ahead."
Thauma's
It's
gonna
not making noise.
go and like sneak up around, like ahead, to see if they can see what's up there.
Okay. As you approach, suddenly two. Let's calm down. It's not that bad. Two glowing, or two little pillars, sort of like light up, and so then this area here becomes relatively illuminated, and you can all see at this point there is a statue that's like not finished. It's like a half completed statue. It's like not quite finished, but not like half. And are you all approaching, or are you staying pretty far back?
Now that it's
come up near Thauma, so that I'm sort of like within running up distance if anything goes wrong.
Mm-hmm. Elomi, are you following?
Absolutely, just sticking right next to Leo the whole time.
I would say Elomi and probably Thauma will recognize it as a statue of Galthea.
Oh. Recognizing the statue, Elomi's going to go forward ahead of the group.
Okay.
This is although it's incomplete, I can tell from how they were building it, this is supposed to be of Galthea, the goddess that I was serving.
Didn't we reckon these tunnels may have matched up with the temple of Galthea on the other side of the city?
Right, and we are around that area. Elomi's gonna look around to see if there's, I don't know, a trapdoor in the ceiling, some stairs, maybe.
Point of order, Elomi, did you pick up the necklace that fell earlier?
Yes.
What did you do with it?
I'll probably put it back on because that was a close enough near-death experience that they realized that they didn't want to be that close to perishing without something holy on them.
So Elomi, as you approach, you notice that the holy symbol around your neck starts glowing. The same color as the two pillars. I said pillars, but they're like probably like 2.5, 3 feet tall, with kind of like a glowing orb at the top.
Oh, like a pedestal?
Yeah, pedestal. That's what I meant.
Okay. Elomi's gonna... What is Elomi gonna do?
Oh. Also, as you approach, you see some like round things behind the statue.
Round things.
Mm-hmm.
Elomi's going to murmur just a quick prayer of appreciation to the statue and whoever made it before walking around the back to investigate those orbs.
Make a nature check.
Nature. Sorry, all of the natural light has dissipated in my room, so
Oh no.
I'm working like a gamer now.
What'd you get?
Do you like to guess?
Is it a natural 1?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, even with a natural 1, you can tell that they're round.
Leo, you know herbs and stuff, right?
I mean, a little bit. Mostly the ones that go into brewing and whatnot, but I can come up and have a bit of a look.
Yeah,
They're like this big.
Round.
Like, a little bit bigger than my head.
Oh, like a gourd?
This big round.
I'm gonna take a look at them.
Make a nature check.
That's only a 7.
You could tell that they're eggs.
I think these might be eggs or lava of some sort.
You don't think it's of those fellas, do you?
I mean, I wouldn't discount that idea.
You hear Kaz say, "Wait, what did you find?" and start to approach, and then gets about there, and then suddenly is frozen stiff. Like, oh hey, what did
literally
you?
frozen.
As in ice
Oh,
or
like
as in
not
paralyzed?
shocked, frozen.
Like paralyzed. And you also see that she has a necklace around her neck that is glowing, but it is more like a dark purple.
Is it of Galthea?
It is of Galthea.
Oh.
I think there might be some sort of magical ward around this area.
Can I try to drag Kaz back a little bit?
Yeah. You can pull them back, and as you get about that far back, they're still frozen for like a minute, and then eventually just, oh, what was that?
I think it might be your necklace. I think there's some kind of ward around here.
Okay, all right.
So like, Elomi's got a necklace of Didea. That seems to be fine. I'm not wearing any symbols of any gods, and I seem to be fine. But your necklace of Galthea seems to conflict with whatever the ward is here.
She kind of takes it off and looks at it.
Would I be able to check my religion knowledge to see if there was any sort of like conflict between Galthea and Didea?
Yeah, make a religion check.
It's a 4. Oh god, that almost rolled off. All right, that is a 15.
You know that the people that you like knew in the temple of Didea are very much not fond of followers of Galthea, and that there's a lot of like sense that the followers of Galthea are hurtful to their members, and don't have the best interests at heart necessarily.
Like that's the kind of gossip or vibes that they have around them.
The what?
That's, I guess, the sort of popular opinion among Didaic worshippers.
That's what
Galthea.
You've been taught, that you know that followers of Galthea need to be saved.
Ah, right. So it's not necessarily that there's even records of the gods having conflict. Just the people.
Maybe you can put it in your pocket?
Are you talking to Kaz?
Yeah, to just be able to...
Yeah, we can try that
closer
first.
if there's an exit up top.
She like sticks it in her pocket and swims forward, and it kind of freezes for a second, but then shakes it off. That kind of hurt, but I think I'm okay.
I don't see any blood. Excellent.
All right. Well,
always
that seems
good
to solve that little problem. Now, do we wonder if there's like some sort of exit around here? Or are they just eggs and that's it?
Unidentifiable
Are they
eggs.
wormy eggs?
Oh,
Or
I hope
they're
not.
just eggs and that's it. That was beautiful.
Leo's gonna search for like any hidden exits, any holes, any
Make an investigation check. And what are Thauma and Elomi doing?
Can I check the eggs? See if I can tell if they're wormy eggs?
Sure.
Leo got a 12.
Inspecting the make of the statue.
Nope, I got an 8.
Okay.
Well, we have determined that they are eggs and that they are big.
Okay, so hold on. Leo is looking around for some kind of exit and got a 12.
Yes, correct.
Okay, Thauma is inspecting the eggs and got an 8. And determined, yes, these are definitely eggs.
Poke one with a dagger.
You're welcome to poke one with a dagger.
Do I have to roll to hit it?
No, just roll like...
Well, it is immobile, I guess.
What do I roll?
I don't know. Like, are you like taking a full attack at it, or are you just gently poking it?
Just to like cut it open. Kind of
Yeah,
like...
you can try to cut it open. So that I would have you make an attack roll for.
Natural 1. Nope.
It's a pretty tough exterior.
Is it like one of those, like, it just kind of slides off, like it bends a little bit and just slides off?
Yes.
It seems to have
The
a
kleptical's
hard
gonna
outer
kick it.
shell, like an egg.
The kleptical tries to kick it, and it hurts a little bit.
Yeah.
Elomi, however, as you are approaching the statue, as you get right up next to it, your symbol of Didea is glowing pretty brightly at this point. And you see at its feet a kind of shimmer line, a line of shimmer, like right along the edge of the statue.
Oh. Going to cautiously put my hand forward to where that... Does that line sort of extend all the way up, or is it just sort of like around the base of the statue?
It's like it's emanating from underneath the statue.
Okay. Then Elomi's gonna very gently reach out to touch the statue and see if there's enough force necessary to move it.
Okay. It feels really heavy, but then the symbol of Daidea kind of does like a little flash, and it just kind of glides backwards, squashing a few of the eggs in the process.
That noise was so gross, but look what I found, guys.
And you see a circular hole right underneath the statue.
Ah, sweet, a hole.
The light from the two pedestals it's pretty like illuminating. It's not like daylight bright, but it's definitely like well lit in here. And you can see down into the hole that it is a tunnel that is like perfectly circular, leading straight down.
Oh.
That's not ominous.
Can I look at the eggs again?
Can you look at the eggs again?
I want to look at the squished eggs.
The ones that are squashed?
Yeah. I want to know what they are.
They're pretty well squashed. Yeah, make a perception check, or investigation check rather.
It's not a natural one, but it's not good. It's a 7.
I hold out the gargoyle flesh from my bag and go, looks different.
You're wondering if maybe they're the worms. Like, there's some bits and pieces that could be. That's about all you get. Kaz is kind of poking at one of them with a dagger. It's like, should we do something about this, or?
No, I just want to know what they were.
Well, does this tunnel look big enough for a worm? Like, does it look like it's been a worm tunnel, or does it look mermaid?
It definitely looks mermaid.
Okay.
No teeth marks in the walls then.
No teeth marks. It's like a perfectly like carved out tunnel straight down. It's about 5 feet across.
This seems
If they
really
are
odd.
worm eggs, would that ruin the ecosystem down here? Well, there's nothing aside from us. There's nothing to feed on.
I think it's okay. Cannibalism. It's all right. They have raw omelets for when they hatch. It's all good.
So gross.
Well, don't shark babies do
the
that?
only living thing down here.
Oh, that frightens me even more. I don't want to upset the ecosystem or whatever laid those. I think that we should just go in the hole.
This seems really odd. Isn't Daidea all about like up and light and whatnot? And there's this tunnel which is surely more like something you'd see in a temple of Galthea. This just seems really weird to me.
Yeah, unless if we got flipped upside down in the 45-minute trek.
We are in the upside down.
True. Although that would mean that someone put a statue upside down, like on a ceiling.
No, they were saying you're in the upside down, like from Stranger Things.
Oh, I've never seen Stranger Things. I know I should watch it, but
It's heckin' scary and violent, but I still like it.
I love
Alright.
scary and violent.
I don't.
We going in the hole?
Hole ahoy.
All right, who's going first?
Probably Leo. Leo has full health now. I'm just basically out of key points, but I have full health.
It's pretty dark.
I'm just not going first.
It's pretty dark down there.
Like I sort of like get
entrance
in a little bit, and I'm like, this is going to be a little bit on the darker side. Do I have?
I can cast dancing lights again.
Elomi
yells down into the hole.
I'm assuming if I've got a torch, I've got something that's like a little glow light thing that I can sort of like crack and it'll stay lit for a little bit. So I use one of my torches.
Okay.
It sort of like glows like a soft yellowy glow. And I head down into the darkness beyond.
All right, so you head down into this tunnel. It's about 5 feet wide and goes straight down for a little while, and then it stops at kind of like a flatness, maybe like 40 or 50 feet down.
All right. Is it?
And you're able to see that it is definitely like mermaid. What were you gonna say?
Does it like completely stop, or is there like another tunnel that goes forward or something?
Yeah, so it stops at a ground, and then you see a very wide tunnel that, see, it's probably like 40 feet across, so it's just much wider than the one that you've gone into. And you can see some like cart type, like wheelbarrow type things, some like scattered, assorted like tools and broken items, and then about 30 feet ahead of you, you see just a wall of rock that looks like a cave-in.
Folks, it widens out down here. But it looks like whoever was working on this place got stopped by this cave-in.
Are there any holes in the caved-in wall?
Make an investigation check.
Let's see if this one goes any better. Nope. Natural one.
We are not rolling well tonight.
That dice is going in jail.
You're heading down, and you're just kind of like spooked and kind of distracted. There's just too many things to look at.
I'm gonna have a look around the carts and abandoned stuff and try and determine how long ago people were last here. Okay.
Make an investigation check.
Not survival? Okay. That's okay.
I mean, if you're specifically looking for evidence of time, then you could make it survival.
I want specifically time. But that's not a good roll. That's only 11.
11. Seems to be like a lot of time has passed since these things were put here.
It's been a while, everyone. Well, it's been a while.
The carts seem to have kind of decayed and crumbled. It's pretty musty in here. Like the water is actually a little bit clearer. Very slightly clearer than up above. There's like no silt in the air in this area, or in the water, up in the water. Yeah. And other than what you are now stirring up by swimming around.
Like it's been perfectly settled for however long.
Is there anything in the carts and the wheelbarrows?
You want to take a look through them?
Yeah, sure. Jesus, I'm rolling like shit. That's a 7.
Jesus.
That's a different dice, too.
What is going on? You don't really find much. Lots of broken tools. Lots of like mining, digging equipment, kind of. And then you find a book.
A book.
very tattered, ratty? Well, I don't know, tattered, like a leather-bound book, just kind of, sort of like tossed aside next to one of the carts.
See if I can read it.
I didn't hear anything you said.
Can I take a look at the book if I'm able to read it, if it's in a language that I know?
Yeah, what languages do you speak?
I'm double checking that. Common, Lanish, Mer, and Thieves' Camp.
Okay, so you're looking through it, and it's weird because you notice a couple of words that seem like Mer, but you can't make sense of it.
There was a book over here, but I can't really read it. There's a couple words that are familiar, but not like actual Mer. Like, would I recognize if it's like how there's different dialects of English, or the like Old English versus current English and stuff like that?
Mind if I try? If I give the book a try?
I'm gonna say, Thauma, no, you're not. You don't really. It just kind of looks like gibberish to you.
Okay.
But Elomi
I can speak Mer, Aquan, Malpod, and Flanish.
Do you hand it over to Elomi?
Yeah.
Okay. Elomi, you flip through it and you recognize a lot more words than it seemed like Thauma recognized, and you kind of look through it a little bit more, and you're like, this is like ancient Mer.
Oh,
it's like Latin, and like it's a language that isn't really used, but you recognize a fair amount of it. And make an intelligence check.
Oh dear.
Or I'll say a religion check. Either one, whichever one's better.
Religion would definitely be better.
It's like an old book of hymns or something.
13.
13. Okay. It takes you a while looking through it. You kind of piece together some of it using phrases that you recognize. But it's definitely, it's a diary or like a journal. It looks like it's from the year 327. And it's, let's see, trying to figure out how much you'd glean with a 13. Someone who was working, there's like references to working, like work, lots of work, and then there's some references to a very, very, very large creature that may have been causing problems. You do see lots of references to Daidea. Like every entry is ended with like a prayer to Daidea. And then you see Galthea's name coming up from time to time. And some of the words around that are very, very negative and like concerned kind of entries around Galthea. And that's about all you can glean right now.
Okay. Well, while it is very dense, I think I can safely assume that this was a diary left by either one of the workers or someone else who was just very devoted to Daidea. And they're going to give an apologetic look at Kaz. There's some not great things I can gather from what I know about Galthea in here as well. I'm sorry about that.
Why is there a tunnel to Daidea under my temple?
I don't know. I can't read enough if it is described. it seems like now this is just pure conjecture, but possibly both temples collaborated in the past to have some sort of safe travel between them. Because this talks about a large beast that was causing problems with their project, which I assume is this tunnel.
How old is that journal?
From what I can tell, the year 327.
That's a long time ago.
What, 200 years ago?
I know it's a long shot.
It's like
but
150 years.
that guy from the mirror.
Oh.
Do you think he would still be at the Wicked Clam?
I don't know. I mean, I doubt it, but he didn't really have anywhere else to go, so he might.
Did you
still
say
be
he had 327?
Yes, the year 327.
That's, and Kaz kind of thinks that's like 11 years after the Temple of Galthea was built.
This seems really odd.
The tunnels would have come after?
I just know that that's when the temple was built.
Leo's going to start trying to... They're going to swim up to sort of like the top of where the cave-in is and see if they can start removing some of the rocks. I'm taking them from the top so that it doesn't... I don't generate like another cave-in.
Make a strength check. Strength and dexterity.
Okay. Strength is only 11. Dexterity is 12.
Okay. You manage to start shifting a few of the rocks. They're pretty big. And you eventually get you can get like a little hole that you can kind of maybe like stick a hand through. It's a lot of effort, and there's a lot of you'll shift a rock and then a bunch of rocks will kind of shift out of the way. But after quite a while, it's about as far as you can get.
This is definitely not a one Murbolg job.
My strength is absolutely crap, but if you can get a hole a little bit bigger, I can fit through it and maybe help from the other side.
Yeah, I can try and keep going for a little bit longer.
I can fit in small spaces.
Elomi's gonna try to help.
I'm gonna wave Kaz over to help as well.
Alright, everybody make a strength and a dexterity check.
Okay, my strength is an unnatural 20.
19 for my strength.
My strength is a 3.
Good.
But my dexterity is an 18 plus 7.
My dexterity is a 9.
Mine is a 17.
Okay. Elomi, what was your strength?
19, I think.
19, okay.
18 or 19.
It takes a while. Anyone whose dex was less than a 15 is going to take 3 damage.
Yeah.
You're there for an hour, just kind of really trying to shift these rocks. It's a lot of work. And then you manage to get a still very small hole that, Thauma, you're pretty sure you could make it through.
Just squeeze through it.
Okay. Make another dexterity check.
You got this, Thauma.
19.
19. Okay, it's uncomfy. You get scraped up a little bit, but you manage to kind of pop out on the other side of this excuse me, this cave in, and you see this large, wide tunnel continues on, and there's many more carts. Looks like building materials, and you also see. Actually, make a perception.
18.
Bringing me back to session 0.
18. You also see some weapons scattered around. There's some like skeletons, some like people who maybe perished down here, but a long ass time ago. And then you also see in the side of the wall a massive tunnel that does not look mermaid, that goes straight through. It's actually right next to where the cave-in is.
Okay. I'm going to avoid that for now. Are there any tools that look like I could pass through the hole to help with, like, dislodging rocks? Like, pickaxes
a lot of
or...
the tools are very heavily, like, rusted and worn. Make an investigation check.
$14.
Do we get an efficiency 3 enchanted diamond sword?
Unfortunately not. You find like a long sword that you might be able to use as like a fulcrum, that seems pretty strong, but a lot of it's like pickaxes and such.
I'm gonna pass that through and be like, if somebody stronger than me can like leverage this and like pop rocks.
I gently take the blade and actually grab the handle side. Like, yeah, I can try. Do you want to be back on this side so in case something goes really wrong we don't get separated?
Yes. So I'm gonna wiggle back through the hole.
Okay. Again, it's pretty painful.
And I pass on the information about what I saw.
That's really weird. So it's some sort of abandoned mining operation because of some big beast?
That's what the diary was talking about, I think.
There's a really big hole.
Could be to do
Did
with
the hole
big
look
beast.
like it was made with like beak marks? That could have been like a real big worm.
Yeah, maybe.
Look, there's scrapey marks. There's a really big hole that was definitely not mermaid.
I'm gonna see if I can find a stone in the rockfall that looks like it's holding a bunch of stuff up. And then I'm gonna stick the sword under it and I'm gonna tell everyone to stand back as I try and leverage.
Oh my.
Oh boy.
Okay. How far back is everyone going?
I'm gonna tell them to move back about 50 feet.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back and up.
Okay.
The hole.
That seems
Yeah,
smart.
because I think I said it was like 30 feet from
Yep.
the
Okay,
entrance
sorry.
to the yeah.
Elomi, can you like give them a boost at all?
I can give some bardic inspiration.
That would be helpful.
Leo, your muscles are so muscular and round. Take
All
those
right.
rocks to Pound Town.
What the fuck? Okay, all right. Leo, make a strength check. I'll say that the fulcrum, using the sword as a fulcrum, lowers the DC for you.
Okay. It's not good. Gonna roll that additional d6. That's only a total of 11. I rolled really bad.
Yeah, you really try and you wedge it, and the rock seems like it's starting to shift, and then the sword just snaps in half.
Dang it.
Oh no.
Well, I don't know that we can get through here. I mean, the most that we can do, I reckon, is possibly go back and get rid of whatever those eggs are, just in case there's something not nice, and maybe make sure we clear out the tunnels of the leftover beasties.
Let's see if we can get more people down here, and...
Yeah, but we should probably...
There has to be something on the other side. There's a very, very big hole.
But I mean, they might want to keep this sealed. Who knows?
I think that we'll have to ask the deacon and also look into some historical records before determining if it's safe to continue.
Do we have to go speak to someone at the Temple of Didea?
I'll reckon that this is probably under that, so they might know.
We'll see if they've got another tunnel just like the one, the Temple of Galthea.
Is it safe for you to go to the Temple of Didea, Elomi?
I mean, they won't treat me badly, but they'll probably essentially put me under, they're gonna ground me, essentially.
That's still not ideal. We're gonna have to find another way then.
Well, I guess that's assuming that the church isn't in cahoots with whoever's controlling the guards.
Well, if we can convince the Temple of Galthea to maybe remove some of this rubble, then we won't even have to talk to the Temple of Didea.
I think that's all we can do for today.
Or we could bring Gideon down and see if Gideon can tie like a rope around some of the rocks and see if Gideon can give him a pull.
But what if the wormies hurt him?
Well, we'll just make sure we kill as many of them as we can on the way back up to get him.
Oh, I just don't want him to get hurt.
He won't. If we kill as many of the worms as we can find. But I don't think it's wise to maybe leave the eggs where they are.
Oh, definitely not.
Oh, those things are definitely going.
So back out we go?
I think so.
Okay. As you head back out, Kaz is kind of like poring over the journal, trying to like make sense of it. You can head back up out of the drop under the statue, and you are now in the room with the statue and the eggs.
I'm gonna shoot as many of the eggs as I can.
Okay.
Revenge.
It takes a little while. They're pretty tough and sturdy, but you do manage to smash all of them open, and you do determine that these are in fact babies of the bigger worm with the beak and the tentacles. And you are able to destroy all of them. Kaz enthusiastically helps.
Absolutely.
And then do you head back out?
Very carefully, because there was that one smaller worm near where we took our short rest.
True.
If I can sneak up on it, I want to kill it.
make a perception check as you go.
It's a 6 plus 1, 7.
Okay. You as you're going through, you don't see you just don't see them. You just see stalagmites. And then at some point the DM has to find something really quick. It's fine. I know my alphabet. Don't worry about me.
Hey, I couldn't even count earlier. You're fine.
Yeah, so as you're going through, you do get hit. Kaz gets hit once, and Elomi gets hit once for 6 damage.
Down to...
What?
I'm back down to 10.
When that happens, do you take the time to kill the worms?
Yes.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
You're able to take them out. Like it, when there's just one, it can't. They're not very fast. So you're able to take them out. It just takes like a minute for each one. There's a total of 4 that fall, and you manage to destroy each one.
All right, I'm feeling pretty good about this tunnel being cleared out. Let's head back up and have a chat to good old Deacon boy.
Deacon Neck, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mech. Okay, so you're just gonna head straight up and out.
Yeah.
Okay. So there still are 2 people guarding the tunnel, just kind of like making sure nothing comes out of it. And as you head up out, they kind of draw their weapons and put them down as they see who's coming out.
G'day, mate.
What did you find down there?
More tunnels, more worms, some eggs. Secret tunnel.
An abandoned mine. Yeah.
A mine?
Yeah.
Under the temple?
Or a tunneling operation. Well, it wasn't under this temple. It was quite a ways out.
Probably about under the temple of Didea. And evidence of an even bigger worm.
Great. So what do we do? Do we...
Yeah, I probably wouldn't advertise that you've got a bit of
about it.
A worm problem on Kelp. Might be a bit of a negative review.
Don't want the negative kelp reviews.
That's just... I'm removing one evil monster for that pun. That was just too good. Oh, man. Wonderful. So they stare at you because you said some weird things.
Do you know where Deacon Mech is?
Oh, of course, in his office. And so Kaz kind of leads the way to...
So I can't believe I haven't heard of Kelp. It's like the biggest pamphlet that goes around reviewing all like the restaurants and bars and stuff. Like, a new one comes out each month, and if you get a negative review in there, well, you know, it can really tank a business.
It's fucking canon now. Yep, that's real. That's canon. Kaz leads you to...
So we're going to leave a 1-star review for the snail shell, right? A 1C star review?
Absolutely.
Yes.
A 1C star?
God damn, that's amazing. Great. So yeah, you go and you find Mech's office. And Kaz kind of like bursts in and he just like looks up and
We just tell him everything. Just like, this is what happened.
Okay. Everything?
Yeah, the worms, the holes, the cave-in, the mine.
And I'll go, look at this cool new scar I got.
Oh.
A new scar.
How injured do you guys look right now?
I'm pretty fine.
I probably don't look great. I'm a little bit below half.
Okay, he's gonna, while you're like talking, he's just gonna reach out and put his hand on Elomi's shoulder. He's not saying a word, he's just listening. And you heal up for 10 points.
Holy shrimp.
And then you tell him about the book too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He says,
And actually hand it over if Kaz is done looking it over, because who knows, maybe Deacon Mac can read Old Myrrh.
yeah, he's listening and taking it, and then as soon as you stop talking, he immediately looks down and starts reading.
Does he look like he's comprehending?
Yeah. He looks like he's reading. Like he's. I see. Did you read this?
Bits and pieces. I'm a little bit rusty on Old Myrrh. I saw that there were mentions of Daidea's like prayers to her at the end of each. Concern about Galthea. That's about the nicest thing I could say that surrounded her name. I'm so sorry. And a giant worm in the tunnels.
Yeah. Yes. I don't think concern is the word that I would use.
I said it'd be the kindest word I'd apply, but
Was there historically a feud between your two churches?
Yes.
Yeah.
They've never really liked us, and we don't really agree with the way that they treat their citizens and followers.
Well, maybe we can just put this down to some personal differences between the two churches, and maybe that part is not really that important to whatever is going on in the tunnels.
It looks like they were planning an invasion.
A what?
Sorry. Ashta's face right now.
They were planning to invade.
So it's a good thing the giant worm is down there? Well,
that does seem to be what stops them. What'd you say?
Well, we killed its babies.
I mean,
Well,
the older ones were trying to kill us. Like, one of them literally tried to kill Kaz, so...
You described the worms to him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think this is the same creature.
Oh.
Well, I mean, what do you want to do about it? Are you currently on speaking terms with the Temple of Daidea, or is that just like a no-go?
We maintain our distance. That was
Yeah.
Kaz. Kaz says that. Sorry, not Mech. We maintain our distance.
Daidea's churches typically don't reach out to other denominations, so to speak.
Well, that's
so
some
they're
bullshit. Kaz says.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely... Listen, I haven't even ascended yet.
They reach out to everyone.
Yeah, but it's unfair,
in a very
I know.
nice way.
Yeah. It's very a self-serving and hypocritical point of view that they take, I know.
I'm gonna lean over and whisper to Elomi, if you haven't ascended yet, I've got some spicy weed that can help with that.
Elomi's just gonna look confused and look, why is it spicy?
Why is it spicy?
We'll find out later.
Kaz kind of approaches Elomi and picks up the symbol of Didea around your neck and just kind of looks at you. And drops it.
Elomi has no words to defend themselves and is pretty sure that no one wants to hear the full story. At least not right now.
Leo's gonna say, in Elomi's defense, that was what helped us really unlock the statue and realize what was going on, because originally we couldn't even get Kaz into the room, and if it wasn't for Elomi's necklace glowing, we wouldn't have worked out that Kaz's necklace was preventing her from getting in. So
Kaz is still looking at Elomi and says, yeah, you figured out how to get under that statue pretty damn quick, actually.
It glowed really bright.
There was this bright light from under the statue, and I thought that there might be a way to move it in order to access something. I don't know. Maybe it was just intuition.
If Elomi hadn't have touched
the
bright glowy thing, I definitely would have. I liked touching bright shiny things.
Elomi, make a persuasion check.
Which is very true.
I'm trying my best to back Elomi up here. It's going well.
With advantage, I'll say.
Oh, okay. Telling the truth tends to help.
Well, you've got Leo backing you up on it.
Yeah. Okay, that one was in 18 plus 4 would be 22.
Okay, she kind of backs up a little bit and kind of gives you a nod.
All of the water down there looked undisturbed, like it really had no one in there for the past 100 or 150 years or so.
Yeah, and there were skeletons on the other side of the cave-in wall. It's been that way for a really long time.
All right.
Do you think there's any hope that the creature's natural lifetime has passed?
The big one?
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? I mean, the
Yeah.
question that I have, and I still don't know the answer to, is why did that worm come out and attack Kaz in the first place from beneath the statue of Galthea? Like, it just didn't make a lot of sense that would happen. Like, we didn't find a cause for why that should have happened, why they weren't just feeding on other things in their ecosystem.
I mean, maybe they heard the people and got hungry?
But aren't there usually people worshipping down there?
Yeah.
Has there been anything unusual, like any loud noises that might have startled them, or Elomi's grasping at straws? They really do not understand animal behavior that well.
Everybody make a nature check.
I was gonna say, the smaller ones were able to tell where I was, even when I was trying to hide.
Oh, I tried to train in this, but I was really bad. But like, some people can master, like, when you put on like a piece of fabric or kelp around your eyes, and you just like tune into like your other senses, and you're able to tell where things are. I wasn't super good at that, but I've heard that there are some animals that are really good at that.
Oh.
I got a 21 on my nature check.
Finally!
Something decent!
Leo only got a 12.
Okay.
Elomi also got a 21 somehow.
Okay. So Leo, you're too busy thinking about how they could sense you without being able to see you, but Elomi and Thauma, you kind of each have recollections of, maybe there's a kind of animal that likes to scavenge items from people, and so and you
does
recall
Thauma
that
have
there
one
was
of those?
Nice. In the first room where you encountered the worms, there was a pile of like collected items, and so it's there's the possibility that they're seeking out people to collect items.
But we didn't see that creature specifically, did we?
This is the worms that you did see. This is what
okay.
you recollect about those worms.
Oh, like to provide a reason why they would seek out.
Because you had been talking about why did it burst through the floor.
Okay, they like shinies.
And
Same.
they could have possibly detected them.
Well,
okay.
So perhaps it was just a coincidence that we uncovered a much bigger plot beneath the temples. Guess now, what do you want to do about it, Deacon Mac?
Fix the floor. I mean, you killed him, right?
Yeah, we got rid of most of them, we think.
There might be more down there, including the really big one.
Well, we killed all the eggs. We made sure to clean up any of the smaller ones as we came back through. I mean, I think we did a pretty good job.
I'm a little more concerned about this. And he holds up the book.
That's valid.
I admit that bothers me the most.
Is there any possibility that they're still planning something like that?
It was a while ago.
It's 150 years ago.
No one from that era, not even their grandchild, should be alive now.
I looked to Elomi. The guy from the mirror.
150 is not that old in Fantasyland.
And, well, what is the natural lifespan of a regular mer?
Mer? Hang on, I left it open because I knew I was going to want to look at it again. Let's see. Ursulani reach adulthood in late teens and live less than a century.
Uh-huh.
Mer reach adulthood at 20 and live for a century, so like 100 years. And I don't know how long furbolgs live because they are not in this particular resource.
I think they've got a similar lifespan to humans, so adulthood, late teens, and less than a century.
So it's reasonable that the people that were behind the tunnels in the first place
are gone, but they're
children.
All the younger followers might still have that. Did you hear any whisperings like this in your time in the Church of Didea, Elomi?
Does Elomi remember anything like that?
Make a history check.
History check.
Would Thauma have heard anything from the pod? They were doing their...
Did you say 8, Elomi?
I said 8.
Yeah, this doesn't sound familiar to you. Other than, like, lots of talking down about Galthea.
15.
Yeah. 15? You heard anything from the pod?
Like, when I was doing the, when Thauma was doing, like, the working towards infiltrating to get into the vault.
You may have heard some, like, rumors about overthrow attempts in the past, like historical record, like historical instances of overthrow attempts from for Didea trying to sort of like take over.
But nothing that the pod in their overzealousness would be.
And the pod is also not nearly that old.
Well, I didn't know if they were like, I was thinking maybe like an offshoot of more extremists who would be looking to do something currently based off of historical.
But on that note, I think it might be time to call it. It's been a little over 2 hours. Yeah. So for next week, kind of be thinking, and you're welcome to talk to the Discord about what your next steps might want to be. Let me rephrase that. I need you to talk in the Discord about what your next steps are going to be to help me prep things.
I see.
And it is contingent on a long rest, because you have to complete a long rest. But you will have leveled up after your next long rest.
I reckon we will probably do that after debriefing the deacon, because I assume that took most of the day to go down and come back and talk things through. So
yeah, it's definitely evening by now, like probably early evening because you left pretty early. But
okay, we just plan to do that. Just we'll
so
get food and go take a long rest.
Level up before next session.
Yeah, you can totally plan to do that.
Yay.
Cool. Sweet. So you're gonna debrief and have your long rest. All right. Or why don't we say you have your long rest and then you can debrief over breakfast so we can have the debrief next time.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Okay. Alrighty. Level 5. Yeah. You get all your cool shit now.
Multi-attack.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you guys in 2 weeks.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.